Who's Paul Reva?
He was a boy from the neighborhood.
Oh, come on. He was much more than just a boy from the neighborhood. Paul was Diane's first love, wasn't he?
I wouldn't characterize it that way, no.
And how would Diane characterize it?
Diane was 17 years old at the time. She didn't know anything about love.
Mrs. Adler, in January of 1998, didn't Diane and young Mr. Reva run away together?
He coerced her.
And where did they go?
Vermont.
And you called the police, didn't you?
Yes.
Because he kidnapped her?
Yes.
And where did the police find young Mr. Reva and Diane?
I told you, Vermont.
Stowe, Vermont, wasn't it? A resort town. Stowe Mountain. He took her skiing. You see, kidnappers don't usually take their victims skiing. But this is what Paul did because he and Diane were in love.
No.
And when they returned, you pressed kidnapping charges. You filed a lawsuit against his parents until Paul stopped calling Diane, didn't you?
Yes.
And Diane never heard from or saw Paul Reva again, did she?
Not to my knowledge.
And how did she take it?
She was upset for a while. She lost focus.
She lost focus. Mrs. Adler, in March of 1999, didn't Diane Adler attempt to take her own life?
This episode was minor. It was nothing.
I have the hospital report in my hand.
It was nothing. Diane was not like regular people. She was extraordinary, and extraordinary people come with singular issues and needs. You have no idea the capabilities she possessed. 1 in a billion. And you would say, fine, let's throw that away so the boy who cuts our yard can make a sexual conquest. Well, maybe before you make that decision, you stand in my shoes. I had responsibilities which went beyond the mother-daughter relationship. The greatest discoveries which have improved life on this planet have come from minds rarer than radium. Without them, we'd still be crawling in mud. And for your information, counselor, a year after this incident with this boy, Diane thanked me for my intervention. She realized she'd made a mistake and she thanked me. You see, Diane understood she was accountable for the gift she'd been given, and she didn't shy from it. And I think if she were here today, Mr. Attorney, she would refute your baseless insinuations that she would give up a brilliant future and take her own life just because Mummy didn't get her a little red wagon.